Okay, so have you ever been working on a project and everything's going great, meeting your deadlines, you're feeling good, and then something totally unexpected happens and just throws everything into chaos?
Oh.
So today we're going to take a deep dive into an ancient text that actually has some surprisingly relevant advice for dealing with exactly that.
Interesting.
We're going to be looking at The Art of War by Master Taigong, and specifically chapter 35 called Tiger Strategy.
Sounds intense.
It is.
Yeah. Wow.
It is. Okay, so...
What's so fascinating about Master Taigong is this guy was a brilliant military strategist from ancient China, and he really understood that victory in any arena, whether it's on a battlefield or even the boardroom.
Yeah.
It hinges on one crucial element.
What's that?
Preparedness.
Oh, so it's not just about being tough or aggressive.
Right.
It's about having a plan.
Totally.
Having the resources to deal with whatever comes your way.
Exactly. And that's what makes this chapter so interesting. You see, Tiger Strategy focuses on a very specific challenge.
Okay.
How to lead an army across a river, even when it's flooded and treacherous.
Wow. Okay.
King Wu, the ruler, poses this very question to Master Taigong.
Okay.
And his answer reveals a deep understanding of how preparedness leads to success.
So I love that this is a specific scenario.
Right.
King Wu is basically saying, how do I get my army across this flooded river safely? What does Master Taigong say?
He basically says a true leader's army is never caught off guard. They anticipate. They don't react.
Okay.
So if you're expecting to cross a river, especially in a region prone to flooding, you don't just hope for the best.
Right.
You come prepared with special equipment and strategies.
Okay, so the text actually lists a whole bunch of equipment, right?
It does.
And it's not just swords and shields.
It's really remarkable.
Yeah.
Master Taigong talks about everything from battering rams and chariots to scaling ladders and even something called river cutting boats.
River cutting boats.
We don't know exactly what those were.
That's amazing.
The name alone suggests a level of innovation and foresight.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, especially for that time.
Imagine you're a soldier in this army. You see these specialized tools.
Yeah.
It would boost morale.
For sure.
Knowing that your leader had anticipated this challenge.
Right. It's not just about the tools themselves.
Right.
It's the psychological impact of knowing you're ready for anything.
Exactly.
That must instill a sense of confidence and discipline.
It is almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Oh, yeah.
You're more likely to succeed because you believe you can overcome any obstacle.
I love that.
That mindset is so powerful.
Yeah. And I also think it's important to point out, this isn't just about brute force.
No.
Just overwhelming the enemy.
Not at all.
The text mentions things like buoyant sea crafts for navigating upstream and floating bridges for getting the entire army across.
Yeah.
This sounds more like...
It's ingenuity. It's clever engineering.
Yeah.
Master Taigong understood that preparedness wasn't just about strength. It was about flexibility and adaptability.
Yeah.
Having the right tools for the job, even unexpected ones, allows you to respond effectively to changing circumstances.
Okay, so how does this ancient wisdom about crossing rivers literally translate to the challenges we face today?
Right.
What are those modern flooded rivers, that can catch us off guard?
I think we're constantly dealing with floods in our lives.
Okay.
Like unexpected deadlines at work.
Yeah.
Sudden illness in the family.
Oh, yeah.
Economic downturns.
Absolutely.
Even just the chaos of daily life.
Yeah.
And managing our time.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like King Wu's army. We need to be prepared.
I'm starting to see the connection here. So if we approach these challenges with a mindset of preparedness, of having the right tools and strategies,
exactly,
we're less likely to be swept away by the current.
That's a great way to put it.
But what does that actually look like?
Yeah, that's a great question. And that's exactly what we'll explore next.
Okay.
Master Taigong doesn't just tell us to be prepared.
Yeah.
He gives us a framework for how to do it.
Okay.
And that's where his wisdom becomes truly timeless.
Awesome.
And applicable to all of us.
Can't wait to hear more about it. Okay, so we've talked about how Master Taigong was a big believer in preparedness.
Yeah.
But what does that actually mean for us in the 21st century? I mean, I'm not exactly planning any river crossings with an army anytime soon.
Right. But the underlying principle here, it's about anticipating challenges and having systems in place to navigate them.
Yeah.
And that's something we can all apply to our lives no matter what we do.
So instead of focusing on literal river-cutting boats, we need to think about what are our metaphorical tools and strategies for dealing with the floods in our lives.
And Master Taigong gives us some clues on how to do this.
Yeah.
One of the key things he emphasizes is the importance of training and practice. In the context of the military, this meant drilling soldiers relentlessly, making sure they were familiar with their weapons and formations, and could react quickly and effectively in battle.
So how does that translate to, say, dealing with a work crisis or a personal challenge? I mean, we can't exactly rehearse for every possible scenario, can we?
Of course not.
Yeah.
But we can develop skills and habits that make us more resilient and adaptable. For example, think about something like communication. Being a clear and effective communicator is like having a multi-purpose tool in your preparedness kit. It helps you navigate difficult conversations, build strong relationships, and advocate for yourself in challenging situations. That's a skill you can definitely practice and hone.
Yeah.
Just like a soldier practices with their sword.
Interesting. So instead of just reacting to situations, we can proactively build up a set of skills and resources that help us navigate whatever comes our way.
Yes.
It's about being proactive, not reactive.
I love that.
Yeah.
And this leads to another key insight from Master Taigong. He talks about the importance of having a clear chain of command. And delegation of responsibility. In an army, this meant ensuring that each soldier knew their role and who they reported to. There was no room for confusion or hesitation. During a crucial maneuver.
So how do we apply that to our modern lives? Most of us aren't leading armies. But we all have responsibilities and people we work with.
Absolutely. It's about organization and clear communication. Think about it this way. If you're facing a flood at work, a major project that's gone off the rails.
I've been there.
Do you have a clear plan of action? Do you know who's responsible for what? Have you communicated effectively with your team? These things might seem mundane. But they're crucial elements of preparedness.
It's like having a well-oiled machine. Where every part knows its function. And works smoothly with the others.
And that applies to everything. From running a business to managing a household.
Yeah, for sure. And let's not forget the importance of logistics.
Oh, that's a good one.
Master Taigong dedicates a significant portion of the text.
Yes, he does.
To the practicalities of moving an army, ensuring they have adequate supplies, food, and medical care.
Yeah, all the essentials.
So bringing it back to the modern day. How does this idea of logistics translate to our personal preparedness kits?
I think of it as resource management.
Do
you have a financial cushion for unexpected expenses? Do you have a support system you can rely on in times of stress? Have you taken steps to safeguard your health and well-being? These aren't necessarily exciting things to think about, but they're the foundation of resilience.
It's about having a safety net. Knowing that even if things go wrong, you have resources to fall back on. It's about minimizing risk. And maximizing your ability to weather the storm.
Precisely. And this brings us to another fascinating aspect of Master Taigong's approach. He was a master of using deception and psychological warfare.
Oh, wow.
Now, before you think we're advocating for trickery in your daily life, let's break down what he was really doing. He understood that winning a battle wasn't just about physical strength. It was about mental fortitude and outsmarting your opponent.
So it's about using strategy and even a bit of cleverness to gain an advantage.
Exactly.
But how can we apply that to our own lives, ethically, of course?
It's not about being manipulative, but rather about understanding how perception and psychology play a role in any interaction. For instance, think about a job interview. You're essentially going into a situation where you need to present yourself in the best possible light. You're using your skills, experience, and even your attire to project an image of competence and confidence.
Okay.
That's a form of psychological warfare, in a sense.
I see what you mean.
But it's all perfectly ethical and expected.
Right. So it's about understanding the power of perception.
Yes.
And using it strategically to achieve your goals.
Exactly.
It's about being aware of the unspoken dynamics in any situation.
Right.
And using that awareness to your advantage.
I like how you put that. And this ties back to Master Taigong's overall philosophy of preparedness. By understanding these psychological factors at play, by anticipating potential challenges, and having strategies to address them, you're essentially creating a psychological advantage for yourself.
Right.
You're more likely to stay calm under pressure, make clear decisions, and ultimately achieve your objectives.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
From ancient military tactics to modern day challenges.
Yeah.
If there's one key takeaway from Master Taigong's Tiger strategy,
I agree.
It's that preparedness is about so much more.
It really is.
Than just having the right equipment.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
A way of approaching life.
Okay.
With a blend of foresight, resourcefulness, and adaptability.
And that's a really empowering idea, isn't it?
It is.
Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the flooded rivers we might encounter, we can actually feel a sense of control. Knowing that we have the tools and strategies to navigate them.
It's not about being obsessed with planning for every scenario.
Right.
That would be impossible.
Yeah.
It's about cultivating a sense of awareness.
Okay.
Constantly evaluating your strengths and weaknesses. And making adjustments as needed.
So it's like having a mental checklist. Not a rigid plan.
Exactly.
It's about being flexible. And adaptable. Knowing that sometimes the best laid plans go astray.
They do.
And being able to adjust on the fly.
That's crucial.
And one of the most important aspects of preparedness, something that Master Taigong really emphasizes, is the importance of self-knowledge.
Absolutely.
He believed that a true leader, a truly prepared individual, must understand their own strengths and limitations.
It's about being honest with yourself. Recognizing where you excel. And where you might need to seek help.
Or develop new skills.
Exactly.
And this ties back to our earlier discussion about building a strong support system.
No one can be prepared for everything on their own. We all need people we can rely on. Whether it's family, friends, colleagues, or mentors who can offer guidance, support, and even just a listening ear when we need it.
It's about recognizing that true strength comes from knowing when to ask for help. And having the humility to learn from others.
Couldn't agree more.
It's not a weakness. It's actually a sign of wisdom and self-awareness.
And this leads to another fascinating insight from Master Taigong. He believed that preparedness wasn't just about the individual. It was also about fostering a culture of preparedness within a group, whether that's an army, a business, or even a family.
So it's about creating an environment where everyone feels empowered to contribute, to share their knowledge and expertise, and to work together towards a common goal.
Exactly.
And this ties back to our earlier discussion about clear communication.
Yes, it does.
And delegation of responsibility.
When everyone understands their role and feels valued for their contributions, the entire group becomes more resilient and adaptable.
It's about creating a sense of collective strength. A shared understanding that you're all in this together and that you're stronger as a unit than as individuals.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And I think that's a powerful message for all of us today. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century with all its uncertainties and challenges. It's more important than ever to cultivate this spirit of preparedness, both individually and collectively.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Master Taigong's Tiger strategy, let's leave you with this thought. What flooded rivers are you facing in your life?
Good question.
And how can you apply the principles of preparedness to navigate them successfully?
That's what it's all about.
Remember, true victory, true resilience, comes not just from strength, but from foresight, adaptability, and a willingness to learn and grow.
And never underestimate the power of a well-chosen river-cutting boat.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.